Fishing Alberta is brought to you in part by Superior Propane, using our energy to make your life better, and by Pinoka Dodge Truck Center. It's good to know you got the best deal.
Well, there we go. Welcome back to Fishing Alberta. We're at Sherburne Reservoir, where the lake is frozen, but the fishing is hot. We got some great northern pike and perch action, so stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fishing Alberta. I'm Alex Kreis. In Alberta, the lakes are frozen 6 out of 12 months of the year. Now you can spend 6 months fishing and the other 6 months sorting through your tackle, or you can get outside and enjoy some of the great ice fishing action that's available in the province. For today's program, we contacted the major manufacturers in the ice fishing business to get all the latest, greatest tools and technology available to make your ice fishing more enjoyable and more successful. Take these great Honda ATVs, for instance. These things are tough, they're durable. This thing's four-wheel drive and it's got a lot of power, so it'll get all your gear out on the ice, get you mobile, keep you moving around in case you got to search for the fish. It's got front and rear racks for hauling your gear, and it's got a hitch on the back, so you can actually hook a trailer to it, or you can just grab your ice shack and pull it out on the ice. If you got to move around a couple of times, it's not a problem with this unit. Besides that, they're a whole lot of fun. Now, speaking of fun, we're fishing Sherburne Reservoir with environmental technician Ken Slott. Earlier today, he put us into some perch action, and we had a ball. Check it out. Oh, missed him. Not enough patience. Wow, this is exciting. I'm actually watching the perch come up and take my jig. Talk about interactive fishing. I don't know whether or not to call this unit a tool or a toy, but I do know the AquaView is both fun and educational. This is the AquaView underwater viewing system. The AquaView has a very strong plastic housing. Tucked down inside the housing is a black and white monitor. This helps keep the light out, so it's easier to see the picture. In the back of the housing is a handy storage compartment for your battery. You get about 10 hours use out of a single charge. Plenty of power to keep you going for the whole day. Well, the AquaView has a patented vinyl electrical cord that is both durable and waterproof. At the end of this cord is the most important part of the unit. This is the infrared digital underwater camera, completely housed in, waterproof, with about a pound of weight on the bottom and a stabilizer fin on the back of the camera. This helps stabilize it in the water. To use the AquaView, all I do is lower the camera down into the water just till I can see the bottom of the lake. Once I can see the bottom of the lake, then I take this bar, it's a plastic bar that comes with the unit, take the alligator clamp and actually clamp it right onto the cable itself. Then I take a couple of wraps around it just to keep it suspended right off the bottom. Now I can look inside the camera and actually pan the camera around till I can see my jig. Once I can see my jig, now I'm set to watch all the action. This is a great tool to find out what's really down there. It's a great way to teach the kids what's going on, and it keeps them interested, even if they're not catching fish. Well, I'm going to get back at it and see if I can't catch another fish. There's one. Man, this perch fishing can be a lot of fun. It's not such a challenge to catch them or to pull them in. As you can see, they're pretty small. The biggest challenge to start with is finding the fish. And the second challenge is being patient enough to wait for them to inhale the bait. As you can see from our AquaView footage, there's been many times these fish have swam up to the jig, looked at it, tapped it, tasted it, bumped it a few times. They'd actually inhale it and spit it back out. And if you weren't patient enough, we were pulling the hook right out of their mouth. We've missed several fish that way. Now, some people like to hand line, but myself, I still like to use these small, short little ultralight rods. I got it rigged up with 4-pound test, tiny little reel. I got my drag set just right in case we get a bigger fish. And as I said, once you find these fish, you catch them on just about anything, but we've found 4 jigs that have been particularly good. One has been the Jig-a-Whopper, and one has been the Teardrop little chartreuse jig. I've also caught them on the Slender Spoon and on the little slip jig. Now, we've been tipping these things with different types of bait. And it's not the jig so much that they're hitting. They're actually coming over as an attractor. The jig brings them over to look at it. Then they smell the bait, they taste it, and that's when they inhale it. Some of the baits we've been using today have been mealworms, maggots, and even minnows. And pretty much everything we've been using, they've been hitting. And we really came out here for some pike and some walleye action, but this perch fishing has been just so much fun. I'm going to catch a couple more, then we're going to go catch some pike or some walleye. One of the most frustrating things when you're ice fishing is finding the right depth and the right structure. And you're going to need to find the right depth and the right structure if you're going to catch fish. Now, the most conventional method people use is to drill a bunch of holes, drop some test lines down, and see how deep it is. That's not so bad if you're using a power auger. But if you're using a hand auger, wouldn't it be better if you knew how deep it was before you started drilling? Well, today, we're going to fix that for you. What we have here is the Polar Vision handheld digital sonar by StrikeMaster. Now what you're going to need to use with this is some liquid to gain contact with the ice. I like to use RV antifreeze. It's non-toxic, it's environmentally friendly, and it's not going to freeze up on those really cold days. So in order to use this, all you do is squirt a little bit of liquid on the ice, put the sonar flat surface right down in the liquid, turn it on, and within seconds, there you go. It's 16.6 feet deep right here. Perfect place to start. Ice fishing's come a long way since the hand auger, and this StrikeMaster power auger is just a great unit. It's got a 2 horsepower motor and a 25-to-1 gear ratio that gives it incredible power. But what makes this unit really unique is the dual chrome serrated blade design on it. These blades stay razor sharp and they'll cut through the thickest and the hardest ice. As a matter of fact, they work so well, they'll even recut frozen holes. So if you come back out to your favorite fishing spot or your ice shack, this thing's going to recut those holes without any problem at all, whereas other units may bind up on you. Now the dual chrome serrated design on this thing works so well, it'll literally pull the unit through the ice, so it doesn't take a lot of muscle to hang on to it. You're not going to break your back drilling a bunch of holes. So if you're big enough to stand over this unit, you're big enough to use it. Well, let's see if we can't aerate this lake. Oh, there's a fish. Let him take it a bit. Tighten your drag. Make sure he's still there. And he's just chewing on it now. Just got to make sure he's still there. Feel for some weight. And he's there. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, nice fight on this guy. There he goes. All right. Oh, wonderful. Oh, just a little guy. What a scrapper. Look at him go. Come on. All right. It's just barely hooked there. Great. Let me just get the jaw spreaders on him. We'll get the hooks out. Try to get this guy back in the water. Get it released. There we go.
There we go. Fish on. Don't know what it is yet.
What'd you get that one on, Ken?
This one's on a slip jig. It's a little jig that I kind of made up.
It's your own design, isn't it?
Own design. This is a pike.
Yep.
Here he comes. Just a little guy. I'll just stick my hands behind his gill plate here. Oh, let him cool down a bit. A little bit feisty.
It's a little feisty, that one.
Oh yeah. Come on, buddy. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
He's not liking the idea of coming out here.
No, he's just hooked just on the lip, so he'll be an easy release if I can ever get him here. There we go. Sometimes you can grab him just behind the shoulders here.
Right.
Take a nice little release. He's just hooked barely. There we go.
Perfect.
Just a little pike, but caught on a slip jig. They're kind of a new thing. I'm gonna let him go. There you go, buddy. We invented these hooks a couple of years ago, and they've been working really good for us. It's called a slip jig. Made of solid brass, makes it so you can remove your hooks off of the jig and reattach them again.
Now with all the jigs on the market today, why would you need this one?
Well, it solved a problem for us. We fish the Ghost Reservoir west of Calgary for lake trout. You fish really deep there, and we were having the fish take the minnows off our J hooks too easily.
Oh, right.
So I invented these so that you could take the hook off, center punch your minnows, reattach them to the jig. It makes your minnows hold on better, so the fish have to hit it harder to get it, and it really improved our success on fish like lake trout.
Well, let's take a look how you rigged that.
I'll show you. Today we're using leaders because we're after pike, and what you got to do is unclasp your leader here, take the slip jig off. That makes it so you can take the brass swivel, which is encased inside the jig, take your hook off. What you do is you take your smelts. Today we're using smelts for the pike, and you center punch them. You push it right up through there, and it'll go so the hook goes and really cradles that fish. Makes it so that the fish can sit horizontal, and it sits in a real lifelike position. You reattach to your little brass swivel, and you put it up through the slip jig. There's a little machine tolerance in there so it fits that swivel.
Perfect.
Once it's in there, you reattach it to your leader. That's nice and easy too. You just get it in there. There you go, it's attached.
So it just cradles in it in a lifelike
and
position.
It sits there nice and lifelike.
Perfect.
It's jointed too, so it gives really good action when it's down there.
Right. And I noticed from some of the footage we got on the perch earlier, when you drop this thing to the bottom, it hits with such a thud that it kicks the sediments up from the bottom, and that actually attracts the fish over to check it out.
Well, it's 3/4 ounce and solid brass, so when you freewheel it down there, it hits with a pretty good force. Kicks up a little bit of silt. Lots of fish are attracted to that little puff of silt, and they come over to investigate. Then the jig's there with the bait.
Great. Now, is this thing available in the stores for people to go purchase?
We're just getting it out on the market. We've got it in a few stores, but hopefully we'll get it in some more.
Right. So if people want to email us or give us a call at our number on Fishing Alberta, we can get a hold of you and maybe get them to them.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be a problem at all. They'll be available, and they come in 3 different colors, and they're just a good hook.
Well, they've sure been working good. Do you got any extra? I wouldn't mind trying one.
Yeah, I got a couple different colors, and you can try that one. I think I'll drop this one down the hole and see if we can get another pike.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Well, let's catch another fish.
You bet.
Oh yeah, here we go. Another good fish. There we go. Northern pike. There we go. On that slip jig again that Ken gave me. Nice fish. I gotta be really careful removing the hooks on these fish. They got a lot of teeth. I'll just grab my hemostats. It's not hooked too bad. I should be able to do it even without the spreaders. Nope, I'm gonna need the spreaders. Just pop those in his mouth. It'll help hold that out. I'm just gonna get these hooks out of there. There, that came out easy enough. There's a nice northern. Had a little bit of action of the day. Nice fish. A lot better fight than those little perch we've been hitting earlier. We'll just put this guy back in the water. And there he goes.
drag set nice and light here so he can take it when he wants. And
Yeah.
There we go. He
Yeah,
took
no
a little
need
line.
to horse him. We got all the time in the world here.
Yeah, these pike
There
have
he
been
is.
fun today, eh?
Oh yeah, they sure put up a fight.
I'll just look to see if his head can come up.
Yeah,
Here
there he
comes.
is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not a
There
bad
we
one.
go. No, good fish.
Not a bad one.
Not bad at all.
He took that big sardine.
Just mangled it.
Yeah.
Let me just get the jaw spreaders in it.
Okay. Yeah, he's got one hook right on the top, and then the other one's just a little further back. And get that spreader, and get that top one off, and then work your way down.
There it is.
There it is.
It's
Boy,
loose.
that easy.
Just pull his lunch out of there. Oh
There we
man.
go.
Whoa.
Sardine. Oh,
Okay,
hang on
we
to
got him. We got him. Scrappy bugger. Nice northern pike, eh?
Yeah.
Not a huge fish, but
Good one.
good fight.
He'd
We
probably
let him take it a bit there. He ended up taking it and swimming away with it, swallowed the bait down, and set the hook perfect on that fish.
Yeah, I think he's probably close to legal, but he'd be close.
Yeah,
We'll
look
throw him back into the water.
Look at the marks there on this fish. Looks like something's been raking on it. Maybe a bigger pike came along, thought he'd have him for lunch. But
Could be bigger ones.
yeah. Well, let's put it back. Get this girl. Whoa. Jeez.
There he goes.
Gave me a nice little splash there.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a good spot. You told us there'd be some good pike action out here. Sure enough, we got into some pike. We got some perch earlier.
Yeah.
All in all, I'd say it's been just a great day of fishing.
It's a fun lake to come to. There's lots of fish. You'll have lots of opportunities, and they're always cooperative.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you bringing us out here. It's been a great day fishing again out here. And I want to thank Ken for putting us on to some good fish, and thank all you people for joining us, and tune in again next week on Fishing Alberta.
Fishing Alberta is brought to you in part by Superior Propane, using our energy to make your life better, and by Panoka Dodge Truck Center. It's good to know you got the best deal. Next time you're surfing the web, troll by fishalberta.com. Click through our picture gallery. Download cool video clips. Check out the great hot links. All this and more at fishalberta.com.